So, here's the scoop. It's supposed to snow today about 10 inches, and it just started, and we are driving to go get some animal feed. Lots of animal feed. And the reason why, well, I'll tell you the reasons why here in just a few minutes, but this video is about how to really stink at being a farmer or a homesteader, how to mess things up really good. So all of you guys out there who revel in seeing us do badly, well, you're gonna get your chance to see it. And those of you who appreciate when we are honest and open about our failures and our mistakes, you get to see that too. Because today we're gonna tell you how to really stink at being a farmer or a homesteader. Yes, yes, yes. Today we're talking about one of the many ways that you can really be a bad homesteader, farmer, or person who wants to be self-reliant.
Yeah.
But this one lesson actually taught us many, many different things all at once.
Yep.
So here's the scoop. This morning, our daughter comes in. Wait, I gotta pause. Hit the pause button. Because this is actually no one person's fault. There were a lot of things that went together, and no individual dropped the ball, so to speak. But that being said, I am the guy that the buck stops here. So ultimately, I am taking blame for this because the buck stops here. That said, this is what went down. There was a lot of miscommunications, and nobody's hurt. Animals are fine.
Yeah.
Nothing weird.
No.
But this is, our camera just freaked out. Let me go get it.
It just went, That's funny.
All right, take two. I feel like the floor is not leaning anymore. So here's what happened. Our daughter Hope comes in this morning, and it was her job this morning to go ahead and feed the cows, goats, and donkey.
Right.
She comes in to tell us there's no more food left.
Oops.
None at all.
No.
And what had happened was she told me a few days ago we were getting low, and I had planned on making a run to go get it. Well, Mama was told something different, and it just kind of got all miscombobulated, and ultimately we ran it out of food.
Yeah.
We ran and got some today, obviously. The animals are fed. Don't think anything about that. But here's the thing. This is what really was the big eye-opener, because we were baffled.
Yeah, we just bought, 400 pounds of food?
5 days ago.
Yeah. Where did it go? Clearly, it went into the animal's belly.
And then onto the floor.
And onto the floor, which, okay, why are they eating it so quickly? What's going on?
Yet another communication issue happened, because we used to have 2 adult cows there.
Right.
In addition to all the small cows. And we were feeding them a different amount of feed.
Right.
That never got changed downward.
Whoops.
But
the funny thing is, we thought it had.
Both of us individually.
Right. We had thought that it had gotten changed and communicated properly, and nope.
Negative.
Nope.
So we're sitting here scrambling around trying to figure out, why are these animals eating so much? What's the problem? What's going on? And one of the things that happened as we started to discuss it was, when we figured out the problem was just a communication thing, and Hope was giving them over double what they should be getting every morning
And evening.
when I'm not out there.
Right,
but
right.
yeah,
When you're not.
when
able
I'm
to
not
get
going,
up there.
hey, that's too much.
Right, right.
So there's a few lessons there already. Number one, communication. Clear communication.
Do we need a graph? I think we need a graph out there, or some kind of marker board, or...
We messed it up.
You did.
Number two, always be willing to inspect what you expect. Because just because I knew she was doing a good job a week ago probably was a good idea for me to poke my nose in there just to make sure that she was still given the right amount of food. Be willing to inspect what you expect. And then, this is probably the biggest point of why we have failed. Because of what we're doing and where we're at and how much money we're having to shell out for the feed, it has made our animals not worth it.
Nope. It has not. It's costing us way too much for beef and
eggs
and pigs and
chickens,
milk, and the goats are useless right now
because nobody's in milk. And here's the thing. I mean, for us, we're going to rectify the situation.
Right.
And it's not like it's the end of the world.
No.
We've only been doing this wrongly, accidentally, for about a week.
Yeah. But we've come to the conclusion that, okay, we really need to reevaluate
the costs,
what's out there. And you know what? Everything.
I was shushing.
I know. Everything needs to serve a purpose on your farm.
Or else it's just
draining your money down the drain. And now, if we were able to grow our feed this year, we would have done that. We were not able to grow our own feed this year, so it has cost us a bit more. But
however,
next year,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Next year, let me tell you.
However, I was actually going to add to your point,
Yeah.
which is not a good thing, actually, because you still got to figure in the cost of your machinery, the maintenance, the fuels. You have to figure all of that in to your bottom line, or else, it still might not make sense.
Right.
So for us, thank heavens that we caught the problem before it went, a month or so or whatever.
Right, exactly. Well, we wouldn't have gone without feed for that long.
No, they didn't miss any feed.
They didn't miss any meals, trust me.
No.
We need to reevaluate what's important.
And so, lessons learned from bad homesteaders. Bad farmers.
Yeah.
You gotta be willing to inspect what you expect. You've got to count the cost. What's it going to be worth? Because there's a lot of people that like, say for example, let's say that somebody raises chickens and they're not really in it for the eggs. They really just want pets.
Yeah.
Well, that's different. That's a different thing. You're willing to pay a higher amount of feed and upkeep and all of those things because it's a pet. You're not going, I want meat and eggs.
Right.
Because if the cost of the eggs is going to cost more than I can go down to Aldi and buy them from Aldi, then you might want to reconsider.
Right. However, you are getting a much healthier egg than you would from Aldi.
That's true, but you got to weigh those things in is the whole point.
Right.
Is that, if your animals are there for food, that's different than pets.
Right. You have to evaluate. Okay, you have to make sure you understand what their purpose is. Purpose is just for fun, just as a pet, or is this animal going to serve a purpose? Is it going to provide milk? Is it going to provide meat? Is it going to provide protection for our livestock?
Count the cost.
Yep.
Count the cost. And check to make sure what's happening is what you expect.
Yep.
So learn from our mistakes. Learn.
Yep.
And you know what? One thing I gotta say though is we don't view ourselves in any aspect of this as experts.
Not in the least bit. No, we are still learning. We have been doing this for 6 years, and a variation of this.
Excuse me.
For 6 years.
You got me choked up, baby.
There's water if you need.
Got it.
So, in a variation of homesteading for the last 6 years, we have grown in the things that we've done and realized what works and what doesn't, and we're still learning what works and what doesn't.
Well, and we've had our successes, big ones, and then we've had some bonehead moments like today.
Failures, yeah.
I mean, fortunately for us, that none of the animals went hungry or anything
not
like
at
that.
all, no.
But it was that realization. Well, what you just saw.
Yeah.
So I guess the point of the video is learn from what we have done wrong. So anyway, there it is. I'm Brad.
I'm Christa.
You guys have a better day than, yeah, you know what I'm saying.